My stepfather spent 6 years pretending the lake house was his. He forgot I had the deed. My dad, Robert, bought the place on Sturgeon Bay before I was born. 3 bedrooms, a crooked dock, and a wood stove that never quite worked right. When he died of a heart attack, I was 19. His will put the house in a trust for me, to transfer free and clear on my 25th birthday. Until then, my mom, Carol, could use it, but she couldn't sell it or borrow against it. The lawyer, Mr. Halloran, made sure I understood that part twice. 2 years after the funeral, my mom married Gary. He was friendly at first. The kind of man who remembers your coffee order and tells long stories at dinner. But he talked about the lake house like it was already his. When I redo the kitchen, once I get the boathouse squared away, I let it go. I was 21, in college, and it felt petty to correct him over a house I wasn't even living in yet. By the time I was 23, Gary had stopped saying your dad's place entirely. He called it our getaway. He put up a sign with his last name, Prout, on the mailbox. When I visited one summer and mentioned the trust, he laughed and said, Dana, be realistic. Your mother and I have poured money into this house. Nobody's just handing you a lake house because your father felt guilty about something. I didn't argue. Instead, I drove into town and pulled the county property records myself. The deed was still in the trust, exactly where my dad's lawyer had put it. Gary hadn't touched the title. He just talked himself into believing intent equaled ownership. I made copies of everything. The trust document, the recorded deed, Mr. Halloran's letters. I put them in a safe deposit box under my own name and told no one, not even my mom. At 25, right on schedule, the trust closed and the deed transferred to me. I didn't announce it. I just let it happen quietly, the way the paperwork was designed to. 18 months later, my mom called, upset. Gary had found a developer interested in the lake house and 3 neighboring lots. A package deal, $600,000 for the group. He'd already signed a letter of intent. He says it's basically done. My mom said, Dana, he's telling people it's his to sell. I called the title company, handling the closing. I explained, calmly, that I was the sole legal owner of record and asked them to note it before anything went further. They pulled the county file and confirmed it in about 4 minutes. 3 days later, Gary called me, and for the first time in years he didn't sound sure of himself. There's some confusion with the title company, he said. They're saying your name's on it. It's not confusion, I said. It's the deed. It's been mine since I turned 25. He tried anger next, said I'd let him believe otherwise, said I owed him for the new roof, the dock repairs, the years of upkeep. I told him I'd reimburse documented, reasonable expenses, and I did, down to the receipt. What I didn't do was sell the house, or let him sell it out from under me to strangers who never met my father. The deal with the developer fell apart. Gary took the mailbox sign down himself, without me asking. My mom still uses the house every August, and that's fine with me. The trust always allowed that. Gary doesn't come anymore. I never told him. I'd had the paperwork locked away for 2 years before I even turned 25. I never needed to remind him, whose name was on the deed the whole time.